Hello, and welcome to the Raise Waves podcast. I'm your host, Raylene. Just sit back and ride the wave. Okay, so today we're here with Don Plettell, the manager, drummer, and backup vocals, other vocals of the Chevelles. Hello. Where would you like to start?
I don't know. Do you have a question?
When were you first interested in drumming? It was like in the very beginning. What sparked that? Okay, so drums, and then after that, when did you decide that you wanted to be in a band? You wanted to start playing in bands?
Well, the very first memory of wanting to play drums was when my Uncle Gerard, he was, I don't know, like 17, 18, and he bought a set of drums.
Oh.
I brought them home to Grandma's house and set them up, and I was 2, and they put me on. He sat me on the drums, gave me the sticks, and I hit everything. So that's my first memory.
That's awesome.
And then my second memory of being really interested was on February 9th, 1964.
Oh, you remember the date?
Yes, because it was a very famous day. On Sunday night, everybody would gather around the TV to watch Ed Sullivan in black and white. We only had one channel.
What year was that again?
1964.
64.
And the Beatles came to New York to play on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Yeah.
And they had 2 performances where they did a couple songs each time, and I was just enamored by them. They were cool. Everybody was going crazy.
So that was the first time you heard about the Beatles? Was you watched them on Ed Sullivan?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I was 8.
Oh.
Yes, because I just had my birthday the day before.
Yeah.
Turned 8. And watched them on Ed Sullivan.
Alright. And that's it?
And that's how
That was it?
I became interested and wanted to play the drums. But we were poor, and my parents couldn't afford to buy drums.
Yeah. Oh, so then you joined the cadets?
Yes, I joined the cadets when
Because
I was
you wanted to?
12. Yes.
Oh. Huh.
But I wasn't able to get into the band that year because
But that was the reason why you joined cadets.
yeah,
So you could get on the drums.
because the band was full.
Yeah.
So then the second year in cadets, I got to join the band. But the drum line was full, so I had to play bugle.
That's right. The bugle.
So I played bugle for 2 years. That would have been like 13 and 14.
Yeah.
And then 15, all the drummers, so they all retired and quit, whatever. They're getting too old. So an opportunity came up, and I got to put on a drum and play the drum.
Right. It was just one drum
One drum
on your stomach.
in a marching band.
Yeah.
And so then I did that for 16 and 17.
skating. And then how old were you when you joined the cadets?
I think I was 13.
Wow, it took a while then until you got to play the drum. Right?
It was a while, what?
Until you got to play the drum.
Yeah.
The drum.
The snare drum.
Yeah.
And I became lead snare.
Alright.
So I was what they call lead drummer. I was number one.
Okay, so you got the one drum, the snare drum.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yep.
And now you're going to summer camp.
Well, I go on course to get qualified, and then the next summer I was a staff cadet, so I got paid.
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
And so I saved all my money I was at camp for almost 4 months.
Oh, okay.
Well, 3 months.
So it was all summer then?
Yeah. June, July, and August. Came back in September.
Yeah.
And saved my money, and I bought a drum set.
Alright! Yeah!
But actually, I remembered before that.
Oh.
So it would have been in grade 11.
Okay.
Gerard lent me his drums for a month or two.
Okay, yeah. Grade 11.
Antelope.
Yeah, Antelope.
Yes, because we were going to make a band. Paul, George, and me.
Oh, good. Those are your first friends.
Yes.
Your best friends.
Yes. So
who would
Paul was playing guitar,
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
and George was playing bass, and I played drums.
Who sang?
So,
Didn't think about that yet?
huh?
Who sang?
No, we didn't think about that yet. So then, Gerard lent me his drums just before I went to camp.
Yeah.
So we got together a couple times. Then I went to camp for the summer, saved my money, and bought my own drums
Yeah.
when I got back.
Nice.
Grade 12. But we really didn't have any place to,
Practice?
yeah.
Yeah.
So we were able to get the cadet hall.
Oh.
So
Okay.
they lent me the key, and we had the cadet hall for
No way. Wow.
Christmas break and Easter break.
They loaned you the key.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then after that, so I really didn't play them very much in grade 12.
No?
No. We'd get together, me and Paul and George, at the cadet hall, but like I said, that was only a week here and a week there, and that was it.
So that was the only time you played the drums then? Is when you got together with them?
Yes. Well, I was still in cadets playing the snare drum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, in the summertime of 1974, I got a job in Waterton. So, I'm always gone. I was either gone to cadet camp or now I'm gone to Waterton for the summer.
Yeah, that's good.
And that was fun. And then at the end of the summer, so in September, probably 80% of the guys that worked for the government, I had a job working for the government for Parks Canada. So maintaining the trails and building trails and
Yeah.
maintaining the park. anyhow, after September came, all the kids went back to university, but I wasn't in university, so I stayed on. And I was working in the park.
Oh, okay.
And what happened was, because all the kids went back to university, this guy who I met, his name was Andy Clipper.
Okay.
And he got a job in Waterton, and he brought a guitar.
Okay.
So there wasn't very many of us left in the bunkhouse, maybe a dozen, because most of the guys went back to school.
Yeah.
So he'd bring out his guitar and he'd play and sing it at night. He wasn't very good.
Okay.
But he thought he was pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyhow, who am I to talk? I was an amateur.
Yeah.
But he said to me, so he's playing guitar, and I go, oh, I play drums.
Yeah.
And he didn't believe me. He said, well, okay, bring him down here. It's because we go home on the weekends, right? We have the weekend off.
Yeah.
So I loaded up my drums in the car, brought him down to the bunkhouse.
All right.
Set him up, banged away on him, made a bunch of noise until everybody said, that's it. Stop. So
My ears are bleeding.
So then he said he knew of a band that was auditioning for a drummer that was just starting out, and they had a keyboard, guitar, bass, and a girl singer.
They needed a drummer. Wait, so they thought you were good?
And they were having an audition on a Sunday.
No, your roommates. How about?
No. They said I made too much noise.
But they're suggesting this band anyway.
No, Clifford was.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So Clifford wanted me to bring the drums to prove that I could play.
Yeah.
That I actually had drums.
Okay.
So I came down, I brought the drums, I played. Then he said he knew of an audition happening. Why don't you try out? And I said, well, I don't know, like, what songs are they going to play? I don't even know the songs, whatever.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it, just go and you can try out. So it was on a Sunday, and went home for the weekend and went down, and there was 4 drummers that all tried out. So what they did is they played like 3 songs, and so the band played 3 songs, and the drummer played with them.
Yeah.
And so I sat there and waited, and but I was able to watch the other drummers play because they knew the songs.
Oh, good. So then you got a little bit of practice.
No, observation. And guess what songs they played?
Beatles.
Eagles.
The Eagles?
From their first album.
Ah, no way.
Yes.
We're seeing the Eagles right now. Wait, have you ever seen the Eagles, or is this your first time?
Huh?
Have you ever seen the Eagles?
Yeah, I did
your first time?
4 years ago in Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
And the tickets cost like $250.
Yeah.
And we were up in the nosebleed seats.
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah, in the Phoenix Arena that holds like 20,000. So we lucked out this time.
Ah. 4 seats.
So anyhow,
So So is going back home going to Lethbridge, or were you in Tabor?
What?
Going back home So going back home on the weekends, you're saying, was that in Lethbridge, or were you in Tabor?
No, we haven't lived in Tabor since I was 2.
Oh, so you moved to Lethbridge right away?
When we came to Canada? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Past this guy. Now it's a chance.
Okay, that's nice. It's probably moving.
Yeah. Moving to Saskatchewan.
I don't know why. Anybody would know. But anyways, okay, so cruise control on.
Yeah.
Oh, going back to 120.
So anyhow, then I got a phone call that I got the job, and I was just shocked because
you thought the other guys are better than you?
well, the other 3 guys that tried out in front of me were all experienced drummers.
Yeah.
Played in bands.
It's probably your hair. You look the part.
No, I think it was because I was young and they thought that they could hold me.
Ah.
They tell me to do this, I would do it
Yeah.
instead of
Pushing
challenging
back.
them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
So I got the job, and also the girl lead singer was her first band.
Okay.
She went to school with me.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, Maria.
Like high school? High school?
Yes. Well, from junior high school, actually.
Oh, really?
Anyhow, is your thing on?
Yeah, I know. Paused it.
Okay. So, I got the job, and then we started practicing, and we had our first gig, stop sign, in 1974.
So, are you 18 now?
Yeah, I was 18 in February.
Oh,
1974.
Okay, yeah.
Graduated 1974.
You're going straight?
Going straight.
Okay. Great.
So yeah, just to certify your timeline, I graduated in 1974. Went to Waterton and got a job there, working for the government. And then Clipper came there in September, and he got me the audition for my first band, which was called Silk.
So, I was going to ask you that.
It was a 5-piece band. Joe Caberco on guitar, Larry Hodson on bass, Don Hardy on keyboards, me on drums, and Maria Langenberg as the lead singer. Yeah.
That's great.
And then her younger sister Margaret, she'd come along and sing harmonies.
Okay.
But she was, I think she was only 16.
Okay.
So we had to get permission for her to come into the bar.
Yeah.
She'd sit off to the side of the stage and get up and sing. Anyhow, I was in that band, and Ron Sakamoto used to book us. Yeah.
From the beginning you met him?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah. So, back in those days, Ron was just starting to do concerts. So he used to do lots of local bands.
Yeah.
That's what he'd do.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how I met him. Way back when. So I was in that band. That was my first band for the end of 74. Then all of 75. And we didn't actually have too many events in Lethbridge. It was mostly out of town. In the Crow's Nest Pass.
Really?
BC. Yeah.
How does that happen?
Sparwood, Fernie. Because we weren't good enough to play in Lethbridge.
Okay. So, okay. You play in smaller towns?
Yeah.
Curry Ranch!
Alright.
Go get some curry. Okay, anyway. So for that band, you didn't play in Lethbridge at all?
We did have some, but not that much.
Okay.
It'd be like a private event that Sakamoto got us.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, we didn't play in the bars.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we played in one, the Park Plaza,
Okay.
which was kind of at the end of it all. So anyhow, I played in that band for probably about 18 months, which was a long time because back in those days, it seemed like there was a musical community, and every 6 to 9 months, everybody'd change, and they changed the name of the band, and then it's a new band with the same people.
Oh,
But
sure.
that's kind of the way things were going. Bands didn't last very long back then.
No.
6 to 9 months. Maybe a year, but not very long.
Well, because that's the cool thing to do is be in a band, but not everybody can stay together. And
Well,
sound good.
somebody would go and get enticed by another band or another
Oh, yeah.
player, and then they're going to have a new project and
Well,
whatever.
so everybody was band hopping.
What?
Everybody was band hopping.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyhow, after being in this band for 18 months or so, which was longer than normal,
Yeah.
I wanted to do my own thing because when I wasn't real crazy about all the kind of music that we were doing.
Okay. What kind of music was it?
Just kind of
Poppy.
poppy, top chordy kind of
On the radio.
on the radio songs. I mean, like the Eagle stuff was good.
Yeah, that's good.
We did some Beatles stuff or Beach Boys, that kind of stuff, and then we also
Those are all
did a lot
classics.
of like Olivia Newton-John and that kind of stuff, which I didn't care about.
Yeah, okay.
Or Linda Ronstadt. Actually, we did a lot of Linda Ronstadt.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Silver Threads.
Silver Threads.
Yeah.
Yeah, Golden Needles.
Yeah. All that stuff. So, yeah, because we had a girl singer, and that was what suited her. So.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, then along the way, the following summer, 1975, Waterton called me back, and so I went back there and work,
Okay.
and I met another guy. His name was Jim Heglin.
Oh. Sounds like the moral of the story is work in Waterton.
Well, that's where I was meeting the musicians. So anyhow, I met Heglin there. His brother was a
Peggy?
yeah. His brother was a DJ, so I recognized the name. And he played piano, but he was playing all this Led Zeppelin stuff
Oh.
on piano.
What?
Yeah, I know.
How do you do that?
I know. So, anyhow, he wanted to be in a band, but he didn't have a piano or nothing.
Oh.
And then when I came back from Waterton, well, I was still in the band, but I met I started when I came back from Waterton. I started working at the record store called the Record Seller, and I also worked in the bar one day a week, which was my day off. It was Monday, so I work in the bar on Monday, and I'd work at.
How do you hold a job if your availability is only one day a week?
Because I was just part-time.
That's really part-time.
Yeah, but then I had a full-time job at the Record Seller.
Yeah. Well, just surprising that they even
Tuesday to Friday.
hired you. Okay, yeah.
And then Saturday I'd play in the band.
Yeah.
So we would go out of town to play.
It sounds like you're always doing something. Like you've always been doing something. You know, you keep busy. You don't really have...
Keeping active.
Yeah. And like every summer you'd make sure that you're doing something.
It just happened that way.
Yeah.
So that whole 75, I played every Saturday in a band. Almost every Saturday.
Yeah.
Sakamoto was booking us.
That's awesome.
And then when I came back from Waterton, after I met Hegland, I was working at the Record Seller. And when I worked at the bar, I met this guy that had just moved to Lethbridge from Kingston.
Yeah.
Jim Smith. And he played guitar, but I needed a bass player, so he said he would play bass.
Oh, okay.
So
are you recruiting the second band here?
yes, I started the second band, and we were called Freefall. Freefall.
Whose name was that?
Huh?
Whose idea was that?
Mine.
Oh. Like from the song?
No, there was no song at that time. What, Tom Petty? Free Falling? No, I made it up before he came on.
Ah, so he stole your idea?
Yeah. So, the reason that I left Silk,
Yeah.
which I wanted to name Magwitch. Magwitch.
Okay.
He was a criminal in...
oh, you told me about this, yeah.
Yeah, Charles Dickens.
Okay.
Anyhow,
That's okay.
when I moved back from Waterton to my parents' house, Clipper got laid off too,
Oh.
and they needed a roommate. So he wanted me to move in with them, which I did. And so then he was in a band, but his band, they hardly ever got any gigs. Whereas I was playing every weekend because we had Sakamoto.
Well, you had, exactly, yeah.
We also had Sakamoto, so he's getting us
Yeah,
work.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Anyhow, his band broke up, and he wanted me to make a band.
I finally got it!
With him in it. So, what we did was, I left Silk, and I took Margaret with me, who was the
singer?
the backup singer.
Oh, the backup singer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we got Clipper on guitar, Jim Smith on bass, and Heggy on keyboards. Yeah. But it wasn't only, first of all, like all these guys, I had drums and I was in a band. Jim didn't have a bass. Peggy didn't have a keyboard.
So they just wanted to be in a band?
That's right, but nobody had nothing.
They didn't have any instruments.
So then they went out and bought.
Well, yeah, they have to.
Right, but then we still didn't have a PA.
Yeah.
So power amps,
Yeah.
the van to move everything around. So I got my friend Leonard, who I used to work at the record store with, and he bought a van, so now we had something to drive everything around in.
Yeah.
And then Clipper had some PA speakers, and I had to buy like a power amp and some other stuff like that so that we would be able to play.
Yeah.
If you were doing this with video, I could show you pictures.
That's okay. This is good.
So anyhow, we got together and we learned some Led Zeppelin stuff because of Haglund, and just more rocky, so not as
Poppy?
poppy, yeah.
Well, isn't that what you wanted?
So more like Leonard Skinner,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
That's what you wanted to do, right?
Yeah, I want it to be more rock.
Yeah.
So we did that for kind of like 1976. It was June, July, August. And then September. And in the meanwhile, Clipper got married.
Oh no.
And
So we broke up the band.
huh?
So we broke up the band then.
He quit
Yeah.
and he moved back to New York.
New York. Oh,
That's
wow.
where he was from, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's gone, and
So now what?
now what? Well, the girl singer wasn't really working out.
Oh,
So what I did was the bass player Jim Smith, and the keyboard player Haglund, they stayed with me. I found a new
guitarist.
girl singer.
Yeah.
Her name was Arlene.
Arlene.
Yeah, and then I found
Guitar.
another guy. Well, I didn't find him. He came to me. So after I left Silk, they got a drummer to replace me, but they only lasted like, I don't know, a month or so, and they broke up.
Oh.
They lost their adhesiveness.
Oh no.
So the keyboard player from that band, he also had a band and a PA. So I had a PA and he had a PA. We were able to put the two together.
But you also, did you already have a keyboard player?
Yeah, we had two keyboard players.
So there are two keyboards?
Yeah. So then this band was called Tarantella. And it was right when disco was starting to come out.
Oh no.
Yes. So it was the end of 76
Yeah.
and into 77. So we were playing, and also Fleetwood Mac came out. So we were doing Fleetwood Mac,
Oh, okay.
like Say You Love Me, Blue Letter, that kind of stuff. Then Rumors came out. Started doing some stuff off Rumors. We were doing
Ruben.
Rumors. We were doing
Ruben James.
I can't remember now.
That's okay.
Oh, Stevie Wonder.
Oh, Stevie Wonder. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we were doing like Stevie Wonder was kind of funky, and we were doing
Yeah.
like Average White Band. And,
Nice.
and Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Okay.
because we were doing all this funky stuff.
Yeah.
The one keyboard. Well, we had 2 keyboards, but one keyboard player played the trumpet.
Oh.
And
nice.
so then we got a sax player. So we had the trumpet and the sax.
That's cool.
2 keyboards. Girl singer. Bob Lou on.
Was he on the bass?
No, that's Jim. Jim's on the bass.
Oh.
So Jim and Heggie came with me.
Yeah.
And these other guys were new.
Okay.
So Hardy was on keyboards and trumpet. Louis was on saxophone.
Yeah.
Arlene was singer, and Babalu was guitar player. He moved from Surrey. He was from BC.
That's cool.
Yeah. Anyhow,
big bands like that with lots of instruments.
yeah,
Sound fun.
yeah. And we used to do like one of our bigger songs was like Kiki D. I Got the Music in Me. That kind of stuff. So we did a lot of that.
That's awesome.
Because, Fleetwood Mac had female singers, and so we were doing rock stuff with female singers.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in Silk, we did a lot of Carole King. Forgot about that. Carole King, Tapestry. Anyhow, so Tarantella went along for...
I was going to say, yeah, did it last longer?
Well, what happened was...
Sounds like it could.
Bass player, yeah, it could have, but I can't remember who quit. The guitar player again, or the bass player?
Well, you could easily replace a bass player.
You
could easily replace a bass player.
Well, it seemed like you're always replacing bass players.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I think it was the guitar player that quit.
Oh, sheesh.
And I can't remember now.
Did you do lots of gigs in Lethbridge?
Well, we went along. Yeah, we were playing in Lethbridge. This band was.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. At the cabarets, we were playing at the El Rancho Cabaret, Park Plaza Cabaret, El Rancho Bar.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were pretty busy, but we needed work, and I don't think everybody was willing to put in the effort. So
yeah.
when the guy quit, then that was it. So that took us to 77, and then in 77.
So you were only with them for like a few months?
Well, maybe
almost a year?
Maybe about 9 months.
Okay.
So after Free Fall.
Yeah.
And then till about the spring, which would have been probably about May of 78.
78?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 77, yeah.
Yeah, 77.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out to the end of this podcast. As always, stay hydrated and ride the wave.